All right, here we are in Vicky 3 Academy. I'm just trying to see what we can do with France today. So I went ahead and I reorganized our trade routes a little bit, and I reorganized our government. And fortunately, as France, we have the incredibly good fortune of making so much money that a little bit of bureaucratic waste is not a big deal. We really do have tons of cash here. And what we're going to do with that tons of cash is going to be pretty useful, I think. Because what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to take the East India Company from Great Britain. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to need to do that by making sure that we actually can do a transfer subject play against them. So we need an interest in North India. It's 130. We'll find out if this is gonna explode us or not, because it might. But I kind of desperately want to know. Let me know if you kind of desperately want to know, just for science, right? Just so we know. Just so we know. I want to know. Yeah, we could do water tube boiler. That's fine. I'm down with most of these technologies. I just want to know what happens. What happens if we dig deeper? What happens if we try to take the East India Company in one war? Because the other thing we can do instead of trying to take the East India Company in one war is just try to take specific parts of it and then have, as it jumps in, we can do come on, we can do a special Diplo play, right? Yeah, we can do more transfer subjects, but on the smaller ones. So we could start a Diplo play against Baroda, for instance, instead of here, which would be against all of the East India Company. Okay, yeah, you know what? We could still do this. Go for Baroda. And now we see if anybody joins. All right, we have started a Diplo play here against Great Britain. Okay, sure. And we're gonna mobilize everybody, and then we're gonna see how expensive our weapons are, and then we'll probably just max those out without having to. We almost certainly do not want to conscript tons of people, because this is gonna be a pretty expensive war anyway. Yeah, we'll import a little bit from the Prussians. Tell me if you've seen anything more cursed than the French buying all of their weapons from Prussia. That's okay. I don't mind, because it's gonna be helpful for us. Oh yeah, we could do rifling. Munitions throughput would also be really useful. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just I don't know what you want me to do about that, because I do despise you, landowners, and everything that you stand for. So I think the next thing that we're going to want to do is actually probably build a little bit more of a weapons, an arms industry somewhere. So Brittany has a little bit. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy building up Brittany a little bit. And that's a shortage of iron. Do either of you guys have iron? Ooh, Normandy has iron. All right. All right. So, what war goals can we add? We can add transfer subject for East India Company for 130 infamy. You know what? Why not? We came here to rock and roll, right? We came here to rock and roll. Post in the chat if you came here to rock and roll. And then to see how this goes. Because I suspect how this is going to go is we're going to explode. and then die. But if we don't, then this will be glorious. And we will demand British war reparations. Do we have anyone we can sway to our side? No. And we could take treaty ports or conquer states, ban slavery. Nah, not worth it. Like, the only thing that might be worth it would be to liberate. But, like, what? Liberate Wales? I guess we could liberate Wales, but I don't know. I don't think it matters. I think the decision there is largely irrelevant. The decision here is, can we successfully invade Great Britain? Because I think we can. I think what we can do is we can stagger these invasions. So we've mobilized everybody. Good. And then this war is going to break out, and then we will invade England. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our smaller dude, and he's going to go ahead and take 45 stack. So we could take our super huge stack, but they're not gonna succeed. So that's 50 days. So we're gonna wait a little while just to see. I think. Let's see what this wants. We want this one to land a couple of days after. Yeah, to be sent a couple of days after. So what this is going to do is it's going to send this fleet out. That fleet is going to get engaged by the English fleet. And then our second admiral is going to deploy and land all our troops, hopefully, in home counties. At which point we should hopefully, again, be able to push through Great Britain and just capitulate them very quickly. Let's find out. Let's find out here on We Play Games. I think we're also going to increase our taxes a little bit, just because we can. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Yep, we should follow their advice. Is this going to work? Is this going to work? If it's not going to work, that's okay, but I think it will. God, we really do need some more iron, though. Yep. We really do need some more iron, though. Yeah, let's just do some iron, because we can't add this much extra demand for iron with an input goods shortage on hand. It's not a good idea. All right, so 3 and 9. All right, so momentarily we are going to see if our effort to send multiple waves of invasion is going to actually be successful, or if they are going to be intercepted. Did they just land? Did the troops just, like, land without a naval battle? It would appear as though they landed without a naval battle. Interesting. We can, of course, hope that by pinning these guys down here long enough that we can win here, establish a beachhead, and then send our big troops over, because that would be a big deal. Come on. Show me the collapse. Push through the front. Because if we can just crack this front, then these guys can just flood on through. Come on. Defenders morale is 13, 21. Oh my god, are we gonna get through? Are we gonna get through, chat? Are we gonna get through? Is France gonna land on England? Hey! France has landed. Alright. So they're gonna come over and just push. And just push, and just push, and just push. And then we will take the East India Company. And we will take Baroda and war reparations. And our infamy will be 150. And then we'll see where the world goes from there. That'll be that. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting campaign, I think. I'm not going to play this all the way through. I think my goal here is actually just to like kind of experiment and see if a let's see. All right, yeah, we'll just send you down here. I think this is sort of just a thought experiment of like what happens if you decide to take control of EIC instead of conquering this stuff with your initial infamy push against UK as France, because you can do this sort of stuff with France like pretty consistently. Yep, they're coming down to Aquitaine. That does make sense. But unfortunately for them, we are occupying that space. Baroda and East India Company are going to be kind of impossible for us to occupy without sending a fleet down there to do a naval invasion, which we could do. Yeah, we're gonna have the strength necessary to beat these guys, because what's gonna end up happening after a long time is that we're gonna wear down. What is this? Is this convoy ratings reducing by some amount? All right, escort convoys here, and then you are gonna do raid convoys there. And hopefully that will help us fight against the British. So we really are just kind of like throwing it all in to see what happens when we just try to rush the Brits and see if we can fight them on home soil. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't pushed this front a little more. Active battles. Oh, it's because they have a reasonable defense score. That's understandable. That's understandable. We could send a second invasion, actually. So we've got that guy's over here. We've got home county. All right. So who can we add another general to? Get another general to the France HQ. I would be okay with this. And we would go with probably you. And you can be mobilized. And then you, because you are from France, I think. Nope. Wrong fleet. Naval invasion. And we can send our new general. So what we've done here, in addition to, mumbling for a little while, is I've tried to recruit another general to open up another front up here, to just push on down. Because we can potentially do that. That's another way for us to try to take advantage of our position here. I don't understand why they're not pushing over here is the concerning thing. I should be making advantage. Nope. Army defense. Interesting. Very interesting. So we're still fighting around London is the big thing going on over there. And then these guys, of course, are fighting right around Aquitaine. There we're going to have a lot more, there we're having more success. We have more dead and wounded than the Brits by a fair amount, actually. It's worth noting. Come on. How are you losing territory? How are you losing territory? I honestly don't know. How are they losing territory? Because they aren't getting convoy rated that bad. I don't think they are. Well, tell you what, we're gonna make sure that we're not abandoning our folks out here without their supply being controlled. Because if we can just control London, then eventually their war support will dip under 0, at which point we can win by just camping on London. And we are fighting down here again. Hugh Goff. This is quite the war that we found ourselves kind of dug into. I think we're gonna end up winning it though. I think we are gonna end up winning it though. All right, so I'm gonna let this one probably run a little longer. Yeah. Whoa. What on earth? What happened to the British ability to resist here? Holy criminy. Well, all right. I don't know why all of a sudden our ability to push through. Oh, it's probably because of this naval invasion, maybe. Where are you? In home counties. Yeah, well, it's true. That is true. All right. The Brits have finally reorganized, but now they've lost control over, like, I don't know, probably it looks like half of the country. Yeah, we've basically taken over all of England and left them in control of Scotland and Cornwall. So this should not last particularly long in terms of their ability to have war support. Yep. And now we've got some more troops up here trying to pin them into Scotland. Meanwhile, we're fighting in Cornwall. We're fighting here. Their war support is collapsing, 73% occupied. All right, so we should be able to get all of this stuff. And all it really cost us was like a lot of people, a lot of dead people, I guess, is what it cost us. And so now the question will become, A, can we continue to hold on to the EIC? And B, if we can continue to hold on to the EIC, was it worth it, right? Because we don't actually know. I suspect that controlling the EIC is going to be really, really good for us. And the reason that I suspect it's going to be really good for us is just that it's gonna bring a colossal amount of demand with it. And it's also going to bring some really nice little resources, dye plantations and silk plantations and stuff. That's going to turbocharge our industrial economy. Because I think what we're going to try to do here is we are going to try to do a GDP rush. I think we're going to try to go for a billion, and I think the way that I'm going to try to do that is this, by just taking the East India Company at the very beginning of the game and just seeing how that feels. I suspect it'll feel very powerful. If this is a GDP Rush video doesn't sound like an interesting idea to you, I apologize. I'm working on a couple of different things at once, and I just think that this is a fun thing that I'd like to film and talk about. And now I'm just talking so that way we can get the war support done, and then I can use that as like a screenshot, right? Is French East India Company by the I don't know, like August or something like that. June? It'll probably be June. You're offering me everything? All right. There we go. Done. Boom. All right. Yeah, that's a good first episode. Okay, take care.